Hi, welcome to Jabber with Jenna, and today I'm going to be reacting to my grades from my second year of drama school. Ooh. So these videos are all really all over the place because I'm just so nervous to open the results and I don't know how to feel about them, so I'm just going to show you the initial reactions and then I'm going to talk about my feedback and how I think about it after it, because I could not fathom it in that moment. It was just about the adrenaline and getting those initial reactions and initial results and grades and things. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Right, okay, so I just got a notification that we've got the results for our hardest assessment on Blackboard. I'm really nervous because it's literally such a hard one. I'm really nervous to open it. But I'm literally, I've got butterflies. I don't even know how to find it. I'm fully shaking. Right, I'm logging into Blackboard now on my phone. I don't even know how to find it. Oh, here it is. Is it here? I don't know. I'm stressed. I think I go on marks. Oh, I'm really worried. Oh my gosh. I got 68. I'm really happy with that. That's 2 marks over first. Whew. And I was really worried about that assessment. 68. I'm happy with that, I think. Oh, my heart's literally... Okay, no, I'm really happy with that because that was a hard assessment. Boom. High five. Oh. Whew, that was our music for theatre assessment. That caused me so much stress. Okay, I'm really pleased with that mark for music for theatre. So basically we were doing 4 group ensemble numbers. One from Sweeney Todd, one from Next Normal, one from Louison, and one from Pippin. Hello, just me interjecting. There's not a musical called Louison, it's called Martanke, but I was stressed and I said the wrong name. Obviously when the virus happened, we had to pick a song from one of those 4 musicals and perform it ourselves with singing, acting and instrument. So I picked Poor Thing from Sweeney Todd and I got 68 and I was playing violin and flute and I'm so pleased because I thought it was terrible. I literally thought it was so bad. I'm really chuffed. Okay, right, I will see you when I get the next mark then. So I just thought I'd reflect a little bit on each mark as I go through the video. I'm completely still feel the same as I feel in that video. I was really pleased with my mark. I think that the teacher for that module is probably the toughest marker, and I did struggle the most with that assessment out of all my assessments, so I think 68 is a really good mark for that. And my feedback was really great. Sometimes teachers write feedback and it's rubbish, but the feedback was really constructive, but not in a way that made you feel bad, in a way that was let me know what I need to work on and what I can improve on and how to get better and things like that. And feedback was really constructive, so I really appreciated that. And in reflection, I am happy with how I performed in that module. It definitely caused me the most stress. You can ask my family. My poor brother had to press play for me about 60,000 billion times. Okay, so it's the same day and I've had a load more results back. First of all, I'm opening the results to my voice viva voce. Voice is my least favourite class, so we're going to see what I got on that. For this assessment, I basically had to answer 10 questions my teacher had set to do with voice and Shakespeare and just record myself answering the questions. Okay, in voice. Oh, nice. I got 73. I got a first. I got excellent in both the boxes. And my feedback's really good. Okay, so voice. Happy days. So my feedback was really positive. I'm really happy with it. It was basically saying that I have a good understanding of the work we're doing and my teacher's glad that I'm reflecting and I'm aware of the things I need to work on in voice, and saying that she's pleased that I'm trying to work on those things that I know I need to work on. The biggest one being I rely on volume a lot. I'm a very loud person, so trying to change the way I speak. Emotion doesn't equal volume. There's pitch and inflection and voice quality and preciseness of consonant sounds and things like that. And the other thing was, the first question was like a question about rhythm and iambic pentameter and stuff like that, but my teacher was saying I could have used that question to talk about prose as well. And she said I did do that later, but I could have talked about that in that first question, so I just didn't think of doing that. But I do know what prose is, so that's something, you know, I don't really need to work on because I have a really good understanding of Shakespeare. But yeah, I'm really happy with that feedback. And then I've got acting marks. So we had 2 different assessments, a podcast and the actual acting. So I'm going to open the podcast first. Let's see what I got in acting podcast. So yeah, 70 is a first pretty much, and on my course it's pretty much impossible to get over 80. Like 80 is probably the highest you can get. Let's see. Oh my gosh! I literally just said that. I got 80 in my podcast. So the podcast was basically, we had to do a podcast in the point of view of our character. Our teachers sent us 3 questions. We had to answer them as our character, and I was doing Catherine from The Taming of the Shrew. And I did so much research and preparation for this assessment, like the acting side. That I found the podcast really easy. My feedback was so positive. There was nothing to work on. I think my teachers really thought my podcast was well done. I think it showed that I worked really hard on it and done a lot of research. So I was really, really pleased with that result. I can't believe that. I need to find out what I got in my actual acting now. Oh my god. I'm so chuffed. I got 74 for acting. We were marked in acting, voice and movement. I got 74 for acting, 71 for movement and 72 for voice. Oh my gosh. Whew. I'm fully shaking. I'm so pleased. I've never got a first in my actual acting, and I got 74 in acting. In acting! And then I got 80 in my podcast. Oh, I can't believe it. I'm so shook. Oh, I'm so pleased. I can't wait to get the rest of my results now. Yeah, so as I said, I performed a monologue by Catherine from The Taming of the Shrew, and we got marked in acting, movement and voice for this assessment, so it counts for like a percentage of all 3 of those modules. And I've always struggled because I've always thought that acting is like my weakest point. You know, actor-musicianship is mostly made up of acting, singing and music and playing instruments and things like that. And out of those 3 disciplines, I've always sort of considered acting as my weakest. But because of that, it pushed me to work really, really extra hard in acting. And I think it definitely paid off. I was absolutely so pleased with my 74 in acting. The same with movement. That's never been really my strong point. And this is the first I've ever got in movement. I got 71. I'm really pleased with that. Because I struggle with movement as well. That's not, you know, my strength. But I think it shows that my hard work is paying off. The feedback I got was really great. It was, again, constructive, especially my movement feedback. I thought that was really helpful. My favourite thing when my movement teacher said, "Jenna, your work was beautiful. You were the most connected to your body I have seen you." So that, I was really pleased with that bit of work. Stuff in voice is all stuff I'm aware that I need to work on. That was good. And yeah, I was really, really pleased with my feedback for all 3 of those. Okay, so it's a couple of days later. It's about 4 days later, and the last 3 results have just come in. For composition, acting to song, and the essay. Which one am I least confident about? The essay. Let's look at that first. So we have to do an essay for movement about practitioner. Okay, that's not bad. 67. Considering I hate essay writing, and it's not something that I'm going to be doing in my career. 67 is quite good. Yeah, the thing is with this essay is I did not want to write it. In my industry, I understand why we have to write essays because the drama school is part of a university course and you need some theoretical work as well as practical. And it was good for sort of reflection, and I did enjoy the learning process of the essay. Like we did some practical research in class, like exploring different techniques different movement practitioners use, but I didn't enjoy writing it at all. It's not essay writing is not something I find fun, which is why I did not choose an essay-based subject. The feedback was so valid. 67 is still a high 2-1. Like, I'm not, but because it was my lowest mark in this set of results, it seems like it's really bad, but it's really not a bad mark at all. But yeah, my teacher says at times I found it difficult to follow the logic of your argument, which is actually what my boyfriend said when he was reading it, and I couldn't be bothered to fix that. Oh yeah, and the other thing it says is please proofread your work, as there are obvious grammatical errors that are easily fixed. But I read through my work like 3 times, and I made my boyfriend read it through twice. So I don't know what I've missed there. I sent like the wrong version or something, which is, knowing me, that is something I would definitely do.
Right, let's look at composition next, because I think I'm going to do terrible in composition.
So for composition, we had to pick a play, either As You Like It or Twelfth Night. And since I was originally studying Twelfth Night as my scene study before lockdown, I picked Twelfth Night, and we had to write a piece of music for the prologue and a song, like Shakespeare writes lyrics to songs, so we had to write the music and the melody to go along with one of the songs in the play.
Oh, I got 74 in composition. That's good. Got excellent in all the boxes. Happy days. I think what saves me in composition is not my composition, because I'm bad at that, but we get marked on the playing of other people's pieces as well, and I'm okay at that. So I think that saves my mark a bit, because I hate my compositions. I think they're dreadful. But I got 74, so that's nice. First sentence, Jenna, despite your ongoing protestations about not liking composition or not being any good, I think you have a real talent for writing accessible and interesting music. That's funny, isn't it? Heartily encourage you to continue writing. Oh, I like this comment. I also think you'll make a very fine MD, which is one of the things I really want to do in my career. I love MDing, except I need to get better at piano to be an MD. My understanding of how to write for strings and reed instrument is good. Yeah, I mean, because I play strings and reeds, I find it quite easy to write for those instruments. Good from a dramaturgical point of view, blah, blah, blah. Playing of the classmates was high standard. I thought the flute playing, especially in your song and Sophie's prologue, was particularly good. The piccolo writing was very challenged. I like the big sigh you let out at the end of one of Tom's pieces. And you handled it well. Viola playing was good. Singing a Sophie's piece, good. Clarinet playing continues to improve. Overall, well done. It's been a great pleasure teaching this year. I very much look forward to seeing what you will do the years after. I'm really happy with that. Okay, last one, acting through song. I have no idea how I'm going to do here. 70. That'll do. We've got excellence in the 3 boxes. I'm happy with that. So, overall, I've done quite well.
For acting through song, we had to perform any song we wanted with our instruments. I did If My Friends Could See Me Now from Sweet Charity, and I used flute and clarinet, I think, and it was like this whole house extravaganza. I completely agree with the feedback, 100%. I got a first, which is, good, but I definitely could have done better in my acting through song assessment, because I think that I saw this character as, sort of this, like at one level, but really there was so many more different levels to the character than I was sort of seeing. So I completely agree with my feedback for that. Well, thank you very much for watching this video. One thing I will say is, I always struggle with comparing my grades to my self-worth. It hasn't been so bad this time, because I've done quite consistently well over my modules, but in the past, if I've done badly in something, I completely attach that to me as a person, and it gets... But what I would say is important is to not focus on the mark you got, but focus on the feedback you got, because that's the things you can work on. And, if your teacher is happy with how you're performing, then I don't think number matters. I say these things, I say I don't think a number matters, but then I completely value myself on the number I get in these assessments. So, yeah, but that was all my grades that I got for my second year of drama school. So if you keep updated to my channel and subscribe, you can see how I get on in my third year. Whoa! Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!